I'm Mike McGinniss. I'm the Senior Vice President of Digital Technology Services at HarperCollins Publishing. The two biggest reasons. One is the old systems and processes weren't high functioning. And they were constraining the way people could think about doing it differently because the system was an integral part. And so I think there was a lot of attention on the old system doesn't work, the old system doesn't work, we need a new system. I think some of the more progressive thinkers realized we needed a new process and new roles, and the system was an enabler, it wasn't the main focus. It was really more important to get the people and process right, and we couldn't change that if we didn't give them a new tool or a fresh start. So I think it was out with the old and with the new, fresh start, but really the goal is to change the way people think and the processes they use. And then the tool just needs to keep up or help sometimes lead. Sometimes the tool needs to be a little out in front, and sometimes the tool needs to follow the new method. And so I think that was really the impetus for doing it. Yeah, I mean, I would liken it to, and I think it works on a lot of projects, especially technology-driven projects, is you need to focus the team on delivering something that people can understand, and you need to bring them to a focus point. But if that's not, but that should be the starting line, and then it should create flexibility to broaden their horizon. And I think the RSI platform, we focused on a very specific scope, simple to medium complexity products, interior and cover workflows, things people can get their arms around and very naturally understand and deal with. But now the platform is flexible enough, and our process, our method is agile enough to broaden their horizons, to not constrain their thinking about other ways of developing marketing collateral, new products, new syndication models, new ways to interact with our content internally and externally. So the system is a jumping off point, not a destination. It's a starting point, not an end point. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity, and like I said, we're already going to start considering to broaden that not only to the complex product and to more users and more participation, but also to folks that have unconstrained thinking around new business models, new markets. People say we're in the book publishing business, but we're really in the storytelling business. And if you parse that, we're really in the story selling business. And so I think we need to use these processes and tools to increase the access to our stories. And so I think it goes beyond just books. Like right now we're focused on interiors and covers, but like I said in the conference, the cover of the book means different things to different people. So we have to rethink what a cover is, and we have to rethink what a book is. And the market is already rethinking it, not only in terms of what they define as a book, but how they search for it, how they find it, how they read it. You know, I watch my kids and they interact with content in a completely different way, and they do not see the boundaries we see. And to them, a story inside a book is just a variation on a theme for a story told inside a video game or on a web page or in a tweet exchange with their friends. You know, to them, stories are not bounded by their covers. And so I think we have to think beyond the book, because our authors are going to expect us to. It's been excellent. I mean, and what's great about coming to the user conference is even more so, I'm convinced. I was so comfortable with Barry and Dave in the first meeting we had. I was immediately at ease. The negotiations were good, healthy negotiations, but not antagonistic, or there was no one trying to gain a distinct or unfair advantage. It was a collaborative negotiation, so we could each get what we needed from the partnership. But it was all in good spirit and very professional, but also very intimate and accessible. It was a real negotiation, and I think meeting other people from the team that don't work on my project, I can see it's part of the culture of RSI. Very accessible people, very passionate, very excited, very engaged and nice, and quite frankly happy. And so it's a good partnership because it's fun to work with people that like what they're doing, and it's fun to work with people that like what you're doing, because it makes them more interested and engaged. And I think that even though it's been if there's anything I regret, is that it's been all virtual. So it would be, if we would all been together in one room every day, it might have been, or it might have been even harder, I don't know. That's kind of like, you know, you love your family, but you got to get away from them every once in a while. But it's been great, I think, and I think everyone would attest to that, not just myself. And even as an executive stakeholder, I've been pretty engaged and down the details, but nothing compared to the folks that are interacting with each other every single day. And even though we went through some early growing pains on both sides of it, and I was getting both calls, it was like, you know, the kids calling dad, and I had to arbitrate these arguments and discussions, but in the end, you know, if you put it back on the team and say sort it out, the RSI team, the lines between the Harper team and the RSI team went away, and it was just the team. And I think that's a great testament to any good project or great project is when the team, when you can't see the difference between the divisions or the organizations, you know, it's just everyone rowing in the same direction. So I think it's been great, great experience.